I'm so lost, ma'am. I have no idea what you're talking about. And maybe I'm just slow and dumb, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, the reason why you have no idea as to what you have a reason why you have no idea as to what I'm talking about is because, like, I read certain things about books, and I would watch certain things about mythology and fiction explained, as well as things about um the foundation of the Bible. But at the same time, that's not my point here, neither here nor there. What I'm saying is there was a story surrounding the goddess Eris in Greco-Roman mythology, how she dropped the golden apple of discord, and she wrote the words to the fairest in Greek. When she wrote that, you want to know what Aphrodite, Hera, and Athena did? They argued about which one was the most beautiful. It took Zeus to say, "Shut up, women! Shut up, you three! I'm trying to concentrate. Here y'all are talking about beauty." I said, and then he said, "From now on, let me be the choice leader here and bring out this young boy." So what did he do? He talked to a shepherd named Paris. Paris, he was the one that was told to choose between the three, and he ended up choosing Aphrodite, which led to the Trojan War. And I'm gonna wrap this up there.
Okay.
Hey, I think you should end it with one more word. Don't take this the wrong way. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I think that would be the ribbon to just tidy it
You
all.
might be too young for that. That's an OG phrase right there. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to connect that to what we're talking about right now.
I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I love the chocolate. I love the Hershey's.
Shit.
I love the Snickers.
That's not even funny though.
I love
You love what?
One.
What you like?
The sneaker.
She's being facetious, y'all.
I know. I see Will laughing, but I don't see what's funny.
Oh my God!
Oh my
How
God.
y'all missed the whole first half
You
of the
guys are killing me.
conversation? She was being facetious. She was getting back on
Nutella.
topic what we was talking about, but she was making fun of the dude.
I didn't understand.
Will, I got something to say.
Hold tight,
to
hold tight, hold that, Jasmine. Kim got a question. Go ahead, Kim.
Hey, panel. So my question is for Darwin. I just want to ask, because he was mentioning earlier, and I don't mean to overtalk you, Nigel. Sorry, I'm not. Just a backtrack. You mentioned that women don't know necessarily how attractive they are. That's fair. Maybe we market ourselves or whatnot. My question to you is, when you talk to these married couples, outside of money and outside of looks, what are the things that you recommend and suggest people when they're like talking about, when they come to you and they're talking about marriage, long-term relationships, or taking it to the next step? What are the things that you tell both men and women that they really, outside, I know it's God first, but what are the other intangibles?
Okay, so you asking me, can you rephrase that question again? I'm sure I'm lost you on the attraction thing.
No, so earlier, a few minutes ago, you said women are not as attractive as they think they are, right?
No, I think I said women don't accept.
Right.
They have a hard time accepting that they might not be
as attractive as they think
might not be beautiful, period.
Right. Okay. That well, sorry, I should have said that. Yes. Okay. So outside of looks and outside of money, because y'all were talking about money earlier, what are the things that you, in your opinion, what do you tell people that they need to be looking for? Both men and women, the intangibles.
Well, for men, I would tell them to look for a woman who's cooperative, impressionable, and she is willing to get on your program. And for women, if they have any covering or if they come from any principles, to lean on that and see if that man that is vetting them out has any of those principles that align. And I try not to tell the woman to go out and search. I try to tell them to lean on who's covering them to help them with discernment, because a lot of women struggle with discernment. You know, we just had a conversation on how men are finessing women using game and riz. I think that game and riz literally dismantles a woman's ability to use proper discernment, because so many other things that they desire, it just confuses their mindset. But if you have a male, I'm not going to say male oversight, I'm going to just say a covering, somebody that can help you with discernment, they won't get tired, they won't get confused, or they won't get swayed or persuaded by that. They can push through it and see through it. Like if you bring a man to your father, he's going to be able to see through all the little material things or all the little facades that the man put up that inspired you or persuaded you that he was a good man. And he going to check him on other things that I guess carries the relationship for long term. That answers for you?
Yeah.
Because I think all the men can attest to that. If any of our daughters bring a man to us, we don't give a damn about his Ferrari or whatever, or we care that he has a job. Obviously, you need to be able to provide resources. But we look at his character, his personality, the standards that he hold himself accountable to. Those things are important. So
would you also agree that women, in your opinion, are overlooking good men solely based off of superficial things like looks, height, all those other?
Yeah. I think those things are prioritized. I would even often say that they would, if the guy don't even have principles and standards that he lived by, but he was tall and sexy flexy and had a big pipe, it would supersede that. That would make up for his lack of principles and standards, which is sad. But they're willing to lower, you know what I'm saying, their expectations because he have all those things. That's what we're trying to. That's why we're in the trenches every day trying to fix, to try to get you to, hey, that's a poor choice. But they always understand it after they got the wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? After the years of body counts and all this other stuff, then they understand it. But we try to get them to understand that a little earlier. Even the women that are seasoned, that done went through it, they won't even go back and tell them. They just sit there and go ahead, girl. You, what they call it, work it, or what do they call it these days? Slay it, or some shit like that. And I'd be like,
no, they say sashay, Shantae, walk it on the runway. Sorry for interrupting.
Kim, question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that you've overlooked good men for those superficial qualities?
Yeah, I have before.
Have you done it? What, are you single now?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done it recently?
No.
When's the last time you think you've done it?
Oh, wow. Well, Jesus Christ. I'm single and I haven't dated seriously in 5 years.
Wow. So is it possible that you've done it recently?
No, because I'm not like actively I'm not like pursuing marriage or anything like seriously.
Pursued you in this 5-year hiatus or this celibacy, or
I don't waste anybody's time, so I can't say that that I've overlooked, because at this point I will definitely talk and entertain somebody that I'm interested in.
Wait, hold on. So in the last 5 years you haven't dated. Was it intentional that you?
Yeah, it was intentional.
So in that 5 years, did men try to talk to you and you turned some of them down because they didn't meet the aesthetics that you were?
No, it had nothing to do with the aesthetics.
So you know all the reasons why you turned men down?
Yes.
And none of it had to do with aesthetics?
No.
That's interesting.
She basically saying that she turned them down because she wasn't trying to waste their time, so she bowed out before she ever gave them a chance.
Well, I don't think that's what she's saying. I think that may be what she want us to accept.
No, that's what she's saying. We done had this conversation before ad nauseum.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, again, Sweeney, I think that may be what she want people to accept. But it's almost impossible to turn someone down without knowing them if it has nothing to do with aesthetics. You would have to know something about these guys before you can turn them down.
No, she's literally saying that she cuts it off at the head because she's not interested in dating right now at this moment. Trust me, if you watch like the last like 8 shows, you will understand.
Thank you, Sweeney.
We've covered this ad nauseum, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Sweeney.
She rejects relationships and everything because of her own thing that she got going on.
And if somebody was to come into her life right now, that she just said
saying that now.
You're right.
Now she would do that.
So when did that change?
I think she has some time to reflect after
a few episodes and conversations with us. And I'm sure it's probably fairly goddamn recent.
Sweeney.
Like
I have a pretty good way of penetrating these things.
Well, I wasn't trying, with all due respect, I wasn't trying to make it personal. I was just simply asking Darwin if this was what he sees.
I wasn't trying to dive in your life. I was just trying to gain some insight because the question you asked was about, people overlooking people for certain things. And I oftentimes when I talk to women, it's like almost every woman does just that thing that they say that men shouldn't do. They do it all the time. And I was just trying to ask you a couple questions to see if you have done that as well, but you say you haven't, and I accept it.
At this current time, it would not be limited to aesthetics at all. If that answers your question, and going forward.
Okay.